Cassandra Nova, the malevolent twin of Professor Charles Xavier, is a being of pure evil and immense psychic power. She embodies the dark mirror image of Xavier, born from the same genetic potential, but twisted with a singular desire for revenge. Cassandra Nova first appeared in New X-Men number 114 in 2001, created by writer Grant Morrison and artist Frank Quitely. Morrison envisioned Cassandra Nova as an evil twin of Charles Xavier, exploring the theme of duality. From orchestrating a mutant genocide on Genosha to manipulating minds and sowing chaos across the globe, Cassandra Nova's actions have left an indelible mark on the Marvel Universe. From her manipulation of powerful figures to her near-omnipotent psychic abilities, Cassandra Nova's story is one of power, betrayal, and ultimate revenge. Cassandra Nova Xavier is what the Shi'ar call a Mummudrai, a spirit that embodies the equal and opposite of a person. In this case, the person is none other than Professor Charles Xavier, the founder of the X-Men. While gestating in her mother Sharon Xavier's womb, she developed a physical form, effectively becoming Charles's twin. But unlike a typical sibling, Cassandra was recognized by Charles as an evil presence. Charles, with his nascent psychic abilities, attempted to eliminate her preemptively. Though barely able to defend herself, Cassandra survived the psychic onslaught. The struggle caused their mother to have a miscarriage. Cassandra survived as a growing mass of cells in a sewer wall, spending decades building a new body and plotting her revenge against her brother. After decades of planning and rebuilding, Cassandra Nova emerged with a single goal: revenge on her brother, Professor X. Her first move was to locate a hidden, wild master mold in the South American jungles, a facility capable of adapting technology into various lethal sentinel forms. To activate the master mold, she manipulated Donald Trask III, the cousin of Boulevard Trask, the creator of the Sentinels. Using his voice to activate the control protocols, Cassandra then merged with Trask, killing him in the process. With the master mold under her control, Cassandra unleashed a genocidal attack on Genosha, resulting in the massacre of over 16 million mutants, seemingly including Magneto. Her wild sentinels didn't stop there. They attacked the X-Wing, bringing it down, with Cyclops, Wolverine, and their passenger, Ugly John, aboard. While the two X-Men managed to subdue Cassandra, Ugly John was mortally wounded and mercy killed by Cyclops. Even captured, Cassandra proved to be a formidable threat. At the Xavier Institute, she exerted telekinetic and telepathic control over the X-Men, making her way to Cerebra with the intent of destroying all mutants. Emma Frost intervened, snapping Cassandra's neck and stunning her, long enough for Charles to seemingly put her down with 6 gunshots. But Cassandra had one final trick up her sleeve. Just before being shot, she switched her mind with Charles's, trapping him in her dying body. In Xavier's form, Cassandra revealed the X-Men's existence to the world and left Earth with Lilandra for what appeared to be a vacation. While in the Shi'ar Empire, Cassandra used her powers to control the Imperial Fleet, causing chaos and destruction from within. She destroyed Lilandra's ship, and upon returning to the Institute, took down the Super Guardians, constructing a psychic monster around herself, made up of the flailing body parts of those she had absorbed or controlled. In a final confrontation at Cerebra, Jean Grey managed to set a trap for Cassandra, placing Charles's mind inside Cerebra. When Cassandra tried to access the minds of all Earth's mutants, Charles forced her out of his body. Formless and vulnerable, Cassandra was confronted by Emma Frost, who was carrying her body. But it was not her real body It was the shapeshifter stuff, set as a trap. Cassandra's mind was blanked, and she began a process of re-education by psychic simulations of Professor X and Jean Grey.
Give us a thumbs up if you are enjoying our content, and don't forget to comment your thoughts below. Hit the subscribe button to dive deeper into Marvel, DC, and Star Wars with us.
In a last act of desperation, Nova used her powers to plant a deep-seated suggestion in Emma Frost's mind. Playing on Emma's fears, doubts, and guilt, Nova created a psychic delusion that would further torment the X-Men. In this delusion, Emma believed that Cassandra had recruited her into a new Hellfire Club, alongside Sebastian Shaw and Negasonic Teenage Warhead. Under this influence, Emma tortured the X-Men with powerful illusions and incited Kitty Pryde to release Cassandra from her lockbox prison. Once freed, Nova sought a new host, attempting to possess Kitty Pryde's body. However, her attempt was unsuccessful. The X-Men, caught off guard and desperate to contain her, found themselves teleported aboard the Peak. On board the Peak, Sidran from S.W.O.R.D. examined Emma's psyche for any trace of Cassandra Nova's mind, but found no lingering presence of Nova in Emma's mind. Cassandra Nova's relentless campaign against mutants continued. With a psychic suggestion, using Jean Grey, she stoked acts of mutant hate crime across the globe. Her manipulation reached new heights when she sent a cryptic, threatening message through a UN senator, causing the senator's head to explode and framing Jean for the act of terrorism. Nova's malevolence didn't stop there. She developed microscopic machines called Sentinites with the help of Forge, who was under her control. These machines, once implanted in a person's brain, allowed them to detect mutants and sent them into a murderous rage. Cassandra used the Sentinites to launch direct attacks on the X-Men. Storm, infected by these machines, attacked her fellow X-Men in Wakanda. Later, Teen Abomination was used to assault the X-Men near Atlantis. Despite these relentless attacks, the X-Men stood their ground. After Jean managed to clear her name, Cassandra prepared to release swarms of Sentinites on major cities. The X-Men, with the help of their newest recruit, the technopath Trinary, thwarted her plans. Trinary also located Cassandra's base of operations in the abandoned Genosha. In retaliation, Cassandra took control of Prestige, Jean's daughter, from an alternate timeline, forcing a confrontation between mother and daughter. Jean, however, rescued Prestige and continued her mission to stop Cassandra. Cassandra escalated her attacks by hijacking several commercial planes and taking control of the South Korean National Intelligence Service's helicarrier, turning it into her personal army. She intended to force Jean into a war, but Jean enlisted Tony Stark's help to mass-produce replicas of Magneto's helmet, freeing those under Nova's control. Enraged by this turn of events, Nova caused one of the helicarrier's nuclear reactors to explode, aiming to crash it into the island. With the Avengers' help, the X-Men managed to detonate the helicarrier before it reached the ground. Nova's defeat came when Jean implanted a reprogrammed Sentinite into Cassandra's mind, making her feel empathy for the first time in her life. Overwhelmed with regret for her actions, Cassandra was finally subdued, and Jean promised to help her atone for her crimes. In a surprising turn of events, Cassandra Nova eventually moved to the mutant-only nation of Krakoa and joined the Marauders. However, her acceptance into the group was part of a carefully crafted plan by Emma Frost, Kate Pryde, and Somnus. Neither Emma nor Kate had forgiven Cassandra for the massacre at Genosha, which also claimed the life of Kate's father. Emma planted a crystal box, inside Kate's mind, while the true plan was hidden within Somna's mind, whose abilities allowed him to block Cassandra from reading his thoughts. This intricate plan ensured that Cassandra's true intentions would be kept in check. During one of their missions, the Marauders traveled 2 billion years into the past. There, Cassandra lobotomized the bacterial siblings, Archaea and Sublime, to free an ancient mutant civilization known as Threshold. Her actions, though seemingly beneficial, were part of her unpredictable nature. Soon after, as per Kate and Somna's plan, the other Marauders ambushed Cassandra and left her stranded in the past. This ambush marked a pivotal moment in the Marauders' mission to protect Krakoa and its inhabitants from Nova's manipulations. What happened to Cassandra Nova after being stranded remains a mystery. The war with the Unbreathing led to the extinction of Threshold, leaving only Akira and Xylo as the sole survivors. Whether Cassandra survived or met her end in the distant past is unknown.
Give us a thumbs up if you are enjoying our content, and don't forget to comment your thoughts below.